Hi guys, I am coming to you to talk about the Watch What Happens Live reunion ATL kind of follow up with Porsha Steward and Vivica Fox that aired on Sunday, April 21st, 2013. Um, Honestly, I was not able to watch the show live when it came on because I had other obligations that required my attention at the time, so I was unable to tune in. However, this morning, today is Monday, April 22nd, 2013. I was able to catch a clip where Portia discussed the divorce. And honestly, this is the very first time she's addressed the situation on camera. So I watched the clip via Bravo TV. And if you are watching this via my blog, you can see the video right above this video. Or you can just visit in the link box below here on YouTube and just click the link and you'll be able to see the blog live. But back to what I was saying. On the show last night, Portia discussed the details of how she found out about the divorce and her current living situation. And just to clarify, she did find out about the divorce from her sister first, who gave her a phone call. She went to Twitter to see what it was talking about, what was trending, I guess I should say, on Twitter. And then she talked to Kordell about it and also consulted her attorney, who definitely confirmed that Kordell had filed for divorce. For me personally, when I heard about the divorce, it was days before I was to get married. So as a blushing, happy, excited bride, I did not know how to honestly approach the situation. I was really at a loss for words because as a woman, a bride to be, I am preparing for one of the biggest days in my life thus far. And I'm happy, I'm blushing, I am full of excitement, I'm kind of nervous, anxious. I got a lot of different positive things and experiences to relate to as I approach my wedding date. And here is Portia, a woman who I've saw on Real Housewives of Atlanta all last season, and I've grown to know more about her through the way she talks and communicates and carries herself, and I've grown to love that person that I've seen on TV. So when I heard about the divorce, like many others, I was a little uncomfortable with the relationship as it was portrayed on reality TV throughout the season, but I knew that it was a situation that Portia obviously was comfortable with because she decided to marry Kordell and she decided to stick in there. And I don't really wish or really agree with divorce, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone or tell anyone to get a divorce. It's not my place. It's not my purpose. But I always said that if Portia and Kordell couldn't work it out, they'd find a way to do something that was mutually benefiting for them both. That was my interpretation of their relationship and of the two persons that we saw on the reality TV show. So when I found out about the divorce, I was at a loss for words. I was actually hurting inside for her and trying not to let my excitement for my wedding overshadow the fact that I know someone is hurting. I may not personally know that person, but there are... I want to put this in a way that doesn't make it seem like I'm on some pedestal or otherwise on a pedestal, because we're not. But when you are a wife to be, and when I say a wife to be, you actively are pursuing marriage. It's not a very long engagement and one day we'll decide when we'll put a date to it. When you actively have a date, or you're working towards settling on that date, and you're going through premarital counseling and you're preparing for your life after the wedding, there is a certain place that only another woman can identify with how it feels to prepare to be a wife. And then there is a particular place where you are a wife already that you can sympathize and maybe in some cases empathize with another woman who's in a particular situation. I'm preparing for marriage. I'm about to be a wife. And I'm seeing a wife who values their marriage, who values her husband, and wants to have a future with him, a happy, loving, blissful future with her husband, and then she's faced with a divorce. In my heart and in my soul, I do believe that Porsha did not want a divorce, that a divorce was not an option for her, but it was a option that was presented to her, and it's kind of like she didn't even have the chance to really put a fair attempt to know that things were so bad that a divorce was the only way that things would get better. She wasn't presented with the opportunity, and for that I feel like that was very unfair. But it's the situation, and my heart goes out to her because she has to deal with this in the public eye. She has to be strong. She has to be courageous. She has to fight, but she has to still make sure that at the end of the day, she's comfortable with who she is in her own skin, and that she doesn't jeopardize her character or who she really is at her heart and at her core as this divorce plays out to the world. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't believe in enemies. I don't have any enemies that I know about, but I don't have any enemies. But I wouldn't wish that on like the person who hates me the most, whoever that may be, or whoever you may be in the future. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. It's not something that comes from a place of love. And it's just a bad situation. Porsha, I don't know you. I've never met you. I've never tweeted you. I've never had any contact with you other than what I see on TV whenever I get to my DVR to watch the episodes. But my heart goes out to you. It's hard. I know it's hard. I look at my husband every day, and I love him deeper and much more than I ever thought imaginable. My love for him has intensified and has grown so much deeper just from us taking that vow and that oath before God. So I can only imagine how I would feel being not even a month in to being a wife. How I'd feel if he was to present me, I'm sorry, because you weren't presented with divorce papers. Although I don't believe, and I'm sure you were in the same boat, that my husband will present me with divorce papers that way via social media. But if he did, I'd be devastated. I'd be an emotional wreck. I'd be depressed. I'd be speechless for a while. But woman to woman, I really can't even imagine what you're going through. And you will always have a place in my daily prayers. You will always be in my thoughts. I will always continue to wish you well. And whatever transpires from this point forward, whether you and Kordell are able to work it out, whether you aren't and you have to begin a new life again, whatever may evolve from this situation, just know that God brings us to a lot of different things that we may not understand, that we may not even agree with. But if he brings you to it, he will definitely bring you through it. And just continue to keep the faith, fight the good fight, and know that at the end of the day, God has a purpose for you. And maybe at this point in time in your life, this was not it. But in order for him to get your full attention, and in order for him to show you what he has for you that lies ahead, he had to remove some things from your life. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that I wish this on you. I am just saying simply from my heart to yours, you should continue to seek God's insight and his wisdom for your life, and continue to keep him first. He knows all, and he's the only one at this point that can really see and help you through, and help you to understand what's going on and how to face another day, how to just continue. I don't, my heart just really hurts for you. And I, I, I can't really, there's nothing more that I can say. I, I love you. From one wife to another, I love you, and I wish you the best. God bless you. God bless your family and all the transitions that you will evolve through throughout this process. Bye, guys.